In the entire history of the automobile, there exists a small handful of vehicles that transcend their mechanical nature to become true cultural artifacts. Among these sacred objects, none commands greater reverence than the Ferrari 250 GTO. It is not merely the most valuable car in the world. Although at auction prices exceeding $40 million, it certainly holds that distinction. But it represents the apex of a particular vision of automotive excellence, a moment when engineering, artistry, and sporting ambition converge in perfect harmony. Welcome to Obsolete Extraordinary, and this is your host, Asaf. To understand the Ferrari 250 GTO is to understand Enzo Ferrari's obsession with racing, the extraordinary circumstances that led to its creation, and the lasting impact this singular automobile has had on automotive culture. It is a story of ambition and desperation, of genius and tragedy, of machines that were built not merely to compete but to dominate, and of the enduring legacy that continues to inspire more than 6 decades after the last example rolled from the Maranello factory. The early 1960s represented the golden age of sports car racing. The World Sports Car Championship attracted the finest automotive manufacturers from around the globe, each bringing their most advanced technology to bear on the world's most demanding circuits. Ferrari, Porsche, Aston Martin, Jaguar, and Mercedes-Benz competed not merely for trophies but for the prestige that came with victory, prestige that translated directly into sales of road cars bearing the winner's name. For Ferrari, racing was never merely a marketing exercise, it was the very reason for the company's existence. Enzo Ferrari had built his empire on racing success, and every road car that bore the prancing horse logo was, in a sense, merely a byproduct of the racing program. The development of the 250 GTO must be understood in this context, not as a response to market demand, but as the ultimate expression of Ferrari's sporting ambitions. Between 1962 and 1964, Ferrari produced just 36 examples of the 250 GTO. This tiny number, combined with the car's extraordinary racing pedigree and its haunting beauty, has elevated it to a status unmatched by any other automobile. Today, we'll explore the complete story of this legendary machine, from the circumstances that necessitated its creation to the engineering decisions that shaped its character, from the drivers who risked their lives to race it to the collectors who now pay astronomical sums to possess it. Join us on this comprehensive journey through automotive history. We'll examine the racing context that made the GTO necessary, the remarkable engineering that went into its creation, the racing program that dominated the early 1960s, the fascinating stories of individual cars and their drivers, and the extraordinary market forces that have made the GTO both an unattainable dream for most enthusiasts and an enduring symbol of automotive excellence. To understand the 250 GTO, we must first understand the man who created it. Enzo Ferrari was born in 1898 in Modena, northern Italy, the son of a metalworker and a schoolteacher. His childhood was marked by tragedy. His father Alfredo, brother Alfredo Jr., and mother Idina all died within a few years of each other during Enzo's adolescence. And some historians have suggested that this early loss imbued the young Enzo with a driven, almost ruthless determination that would characterize his later life. Ferrari's own racing career, which began in 1919 after World War I service, was successful enough to attract the attention of Alfa Romeo, for whom he would manage the racing program by 1929. The Scuderia Ferrari, established in 1929, served as Alfa Romeo's factory racing team, and under Ferrari's leadership, it became one of the most successful racing organizations in Europe. World War II interrupted this success, destroying the Modena factory and leaving Ferrari to rebuild from nothing in the post-war era. The first true Ferrari, the 125S, debuted in 1947, powered by a 1.5-liter V12 engine that Ferrari himself had designed during the war years. From these humble beginnings, a small company operating from a converted garage in Maranello, Ferrari would grow into one of the world's most prestigious automotive manufacturers. The company's identity remained inextricably linked to racing. Every Ferrari road car was, in essence, a descendant of the racing machines that carried the prancing horse to victory on circuits around the world. By the late 1950s, Ferrari had established itself as the dominant force in sports car racing. The 250 Testarossa, with its revolutionary chassis design and powerful 3.0-liter V12 engine, had secured multiple victories at the 24 Hours of Le Mans and other major events. The GT class, 4 production-based sports cars, represented both a commercial opportunity and a technical challenge. The need to build street-legal cars capable of winning races drove Ferrari's engineering to extraordinary heights. By 1961, Ferrari faced a new and unexpected challenge. Porsche, the German manufacturer that had begun as a consulting firm before building its own cars, had developed into a serious competitor in sports car racing. The Porsche 718, with its sophisticated flat-8 engine and excellent handling, had proven competitive against Ferrari's best offerings. More concerning still was Porsche's announced intention to homologate a new GT car for the 1962 season, a car that would become the legendary 904 Carrera GTS. Enzo Ferrari was not a man who took challenges lightly. If Porsche intended to compete with a new GT car, Ferrari would respond with a machine that would not merely compete but definitively establish Ferrari's supremacy in the category. The result of this determination would be the 250 GTO, a car built not to meet homologation requirements but to dominate the competition so thoroughly that no challenger could hope to match it. Understanding the 250 GTO requires understanding the FIA's Group 3 Grand Touring Car classification, which governed production-based sports cars competing in events like the World Sports Car Championship. To qualify for homologation, a process required before a car could compete, manufacturers had to produce a minimum number of road-going examples. For the GT class, this number was originally set at 100, though it would be reduced to 50 for the 1962 season. This presented Ferrari with a fundamental problem. The company was not a high-volume manufacturer. Ferrari's entire annual production numbered in the hundreds, not the thousands. Building 50 true GT cars, vehicles that had to be substantially similar to their racing counterparts, would require an enormous investment of resources and factory capacity. Yet the potential rewards, both sporting and commercial, made the investment essential. At the heart of the 250 GTO lay one of the most celebrated engines in automotive history, the Colombo V12. Designed by Gioacchino Colombo in 1947, this 3.0-liter, 2,953 cubic centimeters, 60-degree V12 had powered Ferrari's racing program for nearly 15 years, evolving continuously while retaining its fundamental character. For the GTO application, the engine received extensive modifications to increase power, reduce weight, and improve reliability under the severe demands of endurance racing. The GTO's V12 featured a new cylinder head design with larger valves, revised intake and exhaust ports, and high-performance camshafts. The compression ratio was increased to 9.8 to 1, and the carburetor specification was upgraded to 6 Weber 40 DCOE units feeding 3 separate intake trumpets per cylinder bank. The result was approximately 300 horsepower at 7,500 revolutions per minute. Remarkable output for the era, and delivered with a distinctive wail that would become the GTO's sonic signature. The 250 GTO's chassis represented the culmination of Ferrari's experience with mid-re-engine sports car design. The basic structure was a tubular steel frame, with modifications specific to the GTO application including reinforced mounting points for the engine and suspension, improved bracing for greater rigidity, and revised geometry to accommodate the wider track that characterized the GTO's more aggressive stance. The independent suspension utilized double wishbones with coil springs and telescopic shock absorbers at all 4 corners, a sophisticated arrangement for its time that provided exceptional handling characteristics. The steering was unassisted rack and pinion, providing the direct, precise response that racing drivers demanded. Braking was handled by servo-assisted disc brakes at all 4 corners, a relatively recent innovation that provided substantially improved stopping power compared to the drum brakes found on many contemporary vehicles. The GTO's bodywork, constructed by Carrozzeria Scaglietti of Modena, represented a significant evolution from earlier Ferrari GT designs. While the basic shape followed the established Ferrari template, long hood, compact cockpit, flowing fenders. The GTO's panels featured smoother, more aerodynamic surfaces that reduced drag and improved high-speed stability. The distinctive free-ear-style vents behind the front wheels, a Ferrari hallmark, serve both as visual signature and as functional ventilation for the engine bay. The body was constructed from aluminum, hand-formed over wooden bucks in the traditional Italian coach-building manner. This labor-intensive process resulted in panels that were both lightweight and possessing a flowing, organic quality that mass-produced steel bodies could not match. The complete car, including all bodywork, chassis, engine, and components, weighed approximately 1,900 pounds, a remarkable figure considering the sophistication of the engineering. Power from the V12 engine was transmitted to the rear wheels through a 5-speed manual transmission and a limited slip differential. The gearbox, itself a sophisticated piece of engineering, provided closely-spaced ratios that allowed the driver to maintain the engine in its optimal power band throughout a lap, while the limited slip differential ensured that power was effectively delivered to the road even when one rear wheel lost traction. The driving experience of a 250 GTO was, by all accounts, extraordinary. The engine's power delivery was smooth and linear, the gearbox was precise and responsive, and the chassis communicated every nuance of the road surface to the driver. Yet this sensitivity demanded constant attention. The GTO was not a forgiving car, and its tremendous performance could quickly overwhelm a driver who failed to respect its capabilities. Production of the 250 GTO proceeded in 3 distinct series, each with its own character and history. The first series, comprising cars built for the 1962 season, included chassis numbered 250 GTO 3223 GT through 250 GTO 3327 GT. These early cars featured slightly different bodywork from their successors, with more rounded front cowlings and distinctive vent arrangements. The 1962 GTOs achieved remarkable success in their debut season. The Works team, managed by Franco Scaglietti and driven by an all-star lineup including Phil Hill, Olivier Gendebien, and Richie Ginther, secured victories at the Targa Florio, the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the GT class, and the Tourist Trophy at Goodwood. Privateer entries, fielded by wealthy gentleman drivers, added to the Ferrari dominance, establishing the GTO's reputation as the definitive GT racing machine. For the 1963 season, Ferrari introduced a revised specification for the 250 GTO. The most significant change was the adoption of the 250 PS more aerodynamic nose section, which improved high-speed stability and reduced drag. The bodywork was also slightly modified, with more integrated bumpers and revised cooling vents. These cars, chassis 4153 GT through 4529 GT, are sometimes distinguished as GTO 6263s or simply Second Series GTOs. The 1963 season saw continued GTO success, though the opposition had strengthened. Porsche's new 904 Carrera GTS proved a worthy competitor, and Ferrari faced its strongest challenge in years. Nonetheless, the Works GTO secured important victories, including class wins at Le Mans and the Tour de France Automobile. Perhaps most memorably, the 1963 Sierra Leone and Leone's Mans was won overall by a Ferrari 250p prototype, with the GTO securing the GT class victory, a testament to the production car's competitive pace. One of the most unusual members of the GTO family is not technically a 250 GTO at all. Chassis 330 LM, originally built as a 330 LMB, was modified with GTO specification bodywork and entered in the 1963 Sierra Leone and Leone's Mans, where it achieved the remarkable feat of winning the race overall. This car, sometimes called the 330 GTO or 330 LM GTO, represents a unique hybrid, a larger displacement engine in GTO specification, producing approximately 390 horsepower. Following its Le Mans victory, 330 LM was sold to Privateer Racer and later sold to Joe Siffert, who campaigned the car extensively in historic racing. The car remains one of the most valuable Ferraris in existence, its unique history and competition pedigree making it especially desirable to collectors. The final batch of 250 GTOs produced for the 1964 season carried chassis numbers from 5685 GT to 6029 GT. These cars featured minor modifications from their predecessors, including revised rear suspension geometry and minor interior changes. 9 cars were produced in this final series, bringing the total production to the 36 examples that constitute the complete 250 GTO family. The 1964 season marked the end of Ferrari's factory involvement with the 250 GTO. While privateers continued to campaign the remaining cars with factory support, Enzo Ferrari had shifted his attention to the new 250 LM prototype, which would secure Ferrari's final overall victory at Le Mans in 1965. The GTO era was over, but its legacy had been established. Among the many victories in the GTO's racing record, none was more prestigious than success at the Targa Florio. Run on the public roads of the Sicilian mountains, the Targa Florio was among the most demanding and dangerous events in motorsport, requiring drivers to navigate twisty mountain passes at extraordinary speeds while their mechanics clung to the running boards to apply additional braking force on the long downhill sections. The 250 GTO achieved multiple Targa Florio victories during its competition career. In 1962, Olivier Gendebien and his co-driver Phil Hill secured victory in the GT class aboard 250 GTO 3327 GT. In 1964, the GTO's final competitive season, Giancarlo Baghetti and Umberto Maglioli achieved further success. These victories cemented the GTO's reputation as the definitive mountain road racing machine. The 24 hours of Le Mans represented the ultimate test of endurance for both man and machine. The GTO's combination of speed, reliability, and relative simplicity made it ideally suited to the French endurance classic, where mechanical durability was often more important than outright pace. Year after year, the GTOs proved their resilience, finishing races that had claimed more exotic but less reliable competitors. The GTO achieved its most significant Le Mans result in 1963, when 250 GTO 4175 GT secured GT class victory while the Works 250P prototype took the overall win, a result that demonstrated the GTO's competitive pace against the fastest prototypes. This 1-2 finish represented the pinnacle of Ferrari's GT racing program and confirmed the GTO's status as the world's premier production sports car. The GTO's racing achievements were made possible by a generation of extraordinary drivers, men whose skill and courage transformed a brilliant machine into a championship contender. Phil Hill, the only American to win the Formula One World Championship, found particular success with Ferrari, his technical precision and smooth driving style perfectly suited to the GTO's demanding character. Olivier Gendebien, the Belgian aristocrat, was among the most successful sports car drivers of his era. His multiple Le Mans victories a testament to both his ability and Ferrari's engineering excellence. Others, including American Richie Ginther, Frenchman Jean Gabert, and Italian Umberto Maglioli, contributed to the GTO's remarkable record. These drivers understood that the GTO demanded everything they had to give, and in return, it offered the opportunity to drive one of the greatest cars ever built. The transformation of the 250 GTO from racing car to investment asset began gradually, accelerating dramatically in the final decades of the 20th century. As the cars aged and their racing careers ended, they passed into the hands of collectors who appreciated their historical significance and extraordinary beauty. The first serious auction appearances in the 1980s and 1990s revealed an appetite for these cars that would only grow stronger with time. By the early 2000s, 250 GTOs had become the centerpiece of any serious classic car collection. Auction results that would have seemed fantastical in previous decades became routine. Cars that had sold for tens of thousands in the 1970s now commanded millions. The GTO had become not merely a classic car but a blue-chip investment asset, one whose value appreciation outpaced even the most successful stock market investments. The 250 GTO auction record has been broken multiple times in recent years, each new high-water mark exceeding the previous by substantial margins. In 2012, chassis 3413 GT sold for approximately $35 million, establishing a new record for the most expensive car ever sold at public auction. This record was subsequently broken multiple times, with prices eventually exceeding $40 million for exceptional examples. What drives these extraordinary prices? Several factors converge to create the GTO's unique market position. The production volume of just 36 cars ensures scarcity that no other collectible automobile can match. The car's documented histories, with comprehensive records of their racing careers and subsequent ownership, provide provenance that serious collectors demand. The aesthetic beauty and engineering excellence of the cars themselves create emotional appeal that transcends financial considerations. Most 250 GTO transactions occur privately, away from the public eye of auctions and media coverage. The cars have passed through the hands of billionaires, princes, and corporations, their ownership serving as a kind of global credential for serious collectors. Many GTOs reside in private collections where they are occasionally exercised on historic racing occasions or displayed at prestigious concours events. The economics of GTO ownership extend beyond the purchase price. Insurance costs run to hundreds of thousands of dollars annually. Maintenance requires specialist technicians with deep Ferrari expertise. Storage facilities must meet exacting standards for security and climate control. Yet for those who can afford these costs, ownership provides access to an exclusive community of collectors and the profound satisfaction of possessing one of humanity's greatest automotive achievements. Many surviving 250 GTOs have found a second career in historic racing, competing in events like the Monaco Historic Grand Prix, the Goodwood Revival, and the 2 Auto. These events provide opportunities for wealthy collectors to exercise their machines in competitive conditions while preserving the tradition of sports car racing for new generations of enthusiasts. The historic racing community has proven essential to GTO preservation. The knowledge accumulated by restorers, part suppliers, and historians ensures that the technical understanding of these cars continues to be passed down. Events that bring GTOs together provide opportunities for comparison and documentation that would otherwise be impossible. Other GTOs have found permanent homes in museum collections, where they serve as centerpieces of automotive history exhibitions. The Museo Ferrari in Maranello, the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, and numerous other institutions have recognized the GTO's significance, displaying these cars alongside the racing heritage that created them. At prestigious concours events like the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance and the Amelia Island Concours, GTOs regularly compete for top honors, their preservation standards judged against the most exacting criteria. These events have driven advances in restoration technique and preservation practice, benefiting not only GTOs but the broader classic car community. The 250 GTO's influence extends far beyond the cars themselves. The engineering principles embodied in the GTO, the emphasis on balanced handling, the integration of power and precision, the pursuit of beauty alongside function, have influenced every Ferrari that followed. The GTO established a template for what a Ferrari could be, a standard against which all subsequent models have been measured. More broadly, the GTO represents a particular moment in automotive history, when racing success was the primary purpose of the automobile manufacturer, when road cars were merely the byproduct of racing development, and when a small team of engineers and drivers could create machines that would define excellence for generations. That moment has passed, but the cars remain, their beauty and brilliance undiminished by the passage of 6 decades. The Ferrari 250 GTO transcends its status as merely an automobile. It stands as a monument to a particular vision of automotive excellence, a vision in which engineering and artistry were inseparable, in which racing was not merely a business strategy, but a fundamental purpose. Enzo Ferrari, the drivers who risked everything to race these machines, and the engineers who created them, they all understood that there was something more at stake than mere victory. The 36 cars that comprise the complete 250 GTO family represent the culmination of everything Ferrari had learned in 15 years of competition. They are not merely valuable artifacts, though their monetary value now exceeds most people's comprehension. They are not merely beautiful objects, though their aesthetic perfection is beyond dispute. They are, finally, the embodiment of a vision of what humans could achieve when they dedicated themselves to the pursuit of excellence without compromise. If you've enjoyed this exploration of the Ferrari 250 GTO, we invite you to continue your journey through automotive history. Subscribe to our channel for weekly deep dives into the cars that shaped our world, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. What are your thoughts on the 250 GTO? Is it the greatest sports car ever built? Or does another Ferrari claim that title? Share your perspective in the comments below. We read every response and love hearing from fellow automotive enthusiasts. Until next time, keep exploring the stories behind the machines that move us. This has been Obsolete Extraordinary, and we'll see you on the next journey through automotive history.